Welcome back to the grand finale of our TV broadcast animation journey. I'm very happy you've made it this far. We've meticulously crafted every detail in Cinema 4D and now it's time to bring it all together in After Effects. And for our new viewers, welcome. If you are enjoying the journey, don't forget to subscribe and join our community. Check out the first episode to catch up on all details and get the full experience. Let's dive in and let's wrap this up. And this is the bar chart revealing scene that we've created before we've done the animation on the text. What we are going to do right here is to export this particular scene to After Effects. So before we do that, we have to pay attention to some few details that we have to add into this scene so as to give us those track informations to work on in After Effects. We just have to quickly just go back to our perspective. What I'll do right here in the post-production, I'll have some elements to block this side up just to create something very cinematic, because we've not added anything in this particular scene to block the back. So I'll just do some quick plane. Yep, with this I'll go to the plane and I'll change the direction and send it way to the edge just like this, and I would open it up to fill up the scene and I'll make a copy of it as well. I'll name this one block 1. I'll make a copy of it by holding Control and dragging it way to the top, and I'll make this one 2. With the 2, I'll just drag it way to the edge over here and make a copy of the block 2. Control and you drag. Make this one 3, and I'll change the direction just like this. I'll change the direction by doing a rotation 90 degrees, and you hold Shift and you drag to make a rotation about 90 degrees, and I'll drag it way back to the edge just like this. This same one, I'll make a copy of the block 3 as well. Make this one 4. I'm doing this just to create track information to After Effects. I'll select all the blocks like this and go to basics and turn on the X-ray so as to see the blocks being transparent. This is what we have so far. I would like to have a spline or a stroke creating lines, animations around this particular side of the box. Create a plane again just like this. Open it up on the S-axis, which is the scale, and I'll make a rotation by going to the Z-axis and drag it way to the edge. I'll bring down the scale to fit almost close to the size of the box and squeeze it like this and send it way back to fit almost the middle section to have a perfect replica of the box itself just like this. Basically what we've created so far I think is fine, and with this I'll just name this one. I'll name this one stroke because I'll be using it to create some stroke animation. With the floor selected, I'll just go way to the plane and open up the scale, which is letter T, on the floor just like this. This is what I need to do before I export my scene. So with all the stuff that I've created right now, I'll name this one ground. What I can do is to add a Cineware tag to almost all of them. I'll go to my tags, I'll right click on the ground, go to render and do a Cineware. This particular tag will help me to get the track information from all the objects that we've created. I'll make a copy of the Cineware and run it up on all the objects that we just created just like this. So when we are satisfied with what we've created so far, I will just head over to my render settings and go down to save, come down to compositing project file. What I'm going to do is to export this particular scene to After Effects. This is the path that we've created for the multipass, and this is the path that we've created for the RGB as well. I will check up the save, check up the relative and all those guys from here, and make sure you select After Effects based on the software you're using. If you are using Nuke, you do Nuke, Motion and the Fusion. We are going to use After Effects over here, so you quickly select After Effects from here and you do save project. So it's open up a location that you have to save the project file. Create a folder real quick and I'll make it AE Composite. Over here I'll make it box animation. Yes, when you are done you should just wait for it to load up. I'll not stress myself by doing the same Cineware tag on the text revealing because it's just a stable shot. I can work around that. Quickly, I will save this project file, close it up, and we open our ultimate After Effects. Here we are in After Effects, and we had this particular scene before we wrapped up on the last one, and this was we first composited, and we had a transition through the A and we had a placeholder, which is this guy. This is what you're going to use to replace the one that we've just exported from Cinema 4D. So what I'll do right now is to change my preview on a third resolution so as to make the machine run a bit faster. I'll go to my Windows and make sure that the preview is on, activated, which is Control 3. So you should see it right here. So you go to the resolution and make sure it's on third. What we are telling After Effects to do right here is to play the video on a third resolution. When we pause it up, it goes back to the normal one, which is full. So when we start playing, it goes to third resolution, and when we pause it right there, then it comes back to full. Yep, that's quite helpful, and that's it right there. What I'll do right now is to create a new composition by coming here to click on this guy, and I'll make this one all. Yep, so I'll just check everything is okay and hit enter. We are now on a fresh composition. What I'll do right now is to drag our old composition, which is ABS, right into the new one. Yes, here we have it, but you see that it has ended up on 4 seconds. We want to expand it up. You can quickly do Control K or go to composition from here and come to composition settings, Control K. I'll just increase it by 1 hour and trim it back later. With this, I'll go to 45 seconds and I'll hit shortcut N, yep, to trim it right here. Right click on this guy and trim to comp to work area. I would go to project, double click right here on it, and here I will open up the one that we've just composited in Cinema 4D. With that, I'll go to where I saved the project, which is AE Composite, and I'll open this guy. So when opened, I'll locate it up right from here and just open it up. Boom, we have it in our scene. So everything that we've created from the ground, the stroke, the block 4 way back to block 1, plane as well, everything is right here in After Effects. So this is very helpful for you to have your scene from Cinema 4D in After Effects and have your track data right here, and you can work with them with ease. These are track data that we've exported from Cinema 4D into After Effects. Without wasting much time, I would block out the back from here to make it look very appealing. I'll not leave it to be blank like this. With this, I would send it to all so that in my all composition, I have the ABS. I'll change the color real quick. I'll have my ABS, which is the first scene, and I have the transition through the A to the second scene. Yep. So what I'll do right here is to bring the meat that I've just imported right under this guy. Yes, change the color real quick. What I can do right now to change everything to make the transition appear like it's actually coming from the A is to go to this guy, copy these two guys right here, Ctrl C, copy them, turn the visibility off from the first one and go to all and paste it right here. We've imported this guy right from here. With the meat selected, I'll drag it way to the top just like this, and I'll drag back on the time slider to see where my transition starts appearing from, which is around this region. Yes, with this, I will drag this guy closer to the time slider just like this. Yep. So with this, I will rather track matte this guy to the matte that we've created. Delete this guy real quick. Yes, and with the mid selected, I will click on the track matte and I'll select the M inside, which is the matte. So let's have a look at how the transition is forming up from here. Yes, just have a look. So this is the trick, guys. So with the replacing of the shape that we've used as a placeholder, you can see that we've created a transition right from here directly. We can see the shape, which is this guy showing beneath. We don't want that to happen, right? With that, when we block out the shape in the mid, this won't be showing. So we've already composited almost 50% of the animation. Boom, to the next scene. That's fine. With this, I'll just go to the mid. Yep. And I'll block out the black areas because we've created some track data, which is block 4 way to block 1. So what I'll quickly do is just to import some images that I got online. I have an image and a video. I'm sure that I'll go for the video instead. So I'll drag the video way into the scene, just like this. So with this selected, I'll make it a 3D layer just by clicking here. With this, I'll make sure that I send this guy to fit up on the track data that we've imported. So with the block 4, which is the guy at the far edge here, I'll hold shift, click on the parent and drag to block 4. So immediately we do that, you can see that the video that we've just imported has gone to where the block 4 track data is. I'll change the rotation on it just like this, 90 degrees, and I'll open it up on the scale way like this. So with this, I'll send this guy way down to be the last layer. So when we play this, you see what's happening. You see that we've tracked this guy to the edge or the back of the animation, and it's moving exactly with the scene. You can see some imperfection from here because it's not up to the edge, so you just have to do the scale to go way to the edge. I think from there is fine. Yes, so we have this guy tracked up to the scene. Let's quickly make a copy or a duplicate of this and repeat the process. So with this guy selected as well, I'll hold shift and drag it to block 3, and I'll change the rotation as well. I'll make it 180 and open it up like this to go way to the corner. Make sure you gauge or eyeball the corner line so that you have it exactly at the edge, just like this. That's fine. When you play, that's what we are having so far, and we just run a copy on it as well and repeat the process. So you can see what we've created so far by blocking the back. And with the animation, it's actually a video file, so I can just randomize so that it won't be the same. This is what we've created so far. I'll just match the colors to fit the main scene, create an adjustment layer just on top of this guy like this, and make it main color, main C, which is the color. And I'll go to luminosity color and drop it right on it, and make sure that I go to the basic correction and I drop down the temperature. Not too much, drop down the temperature to look a bit closer to what we have, and drop down the exposure, and I'll drop down the contrast, drop down the shadows as well, and the white, and I'll boost the white just a bit like this. What I can add up from here is to create some dynamics on the colors. I'll do that by adding some separate colors right on here. I'll go to the color wheel, go to the creative, and make sure I tone down close to the blue, tone down a bit close to the blues on the highlight as well. Not so much, just drag around based on your scene to have almost a matching look of your scene. So with this, I'm satisfied with the look of the scene so far. When we go back to all composition and we play it back, you can see that now our scene is having a block at the back. When you play out the scene close to coming around to where this layer ends, then it goes blank to alpha. What we can quickly do is to split this guy and change the matte, or we make a copy of it by duplicating like this and make the track matte no matte. With this, we can drag this guy way back, yes, and run the play so that it transits from there before it plays. Yes, we can do some color matching so that this guy and this guy runs almost the same color. So let's do that real quick before we add up the last scene. I'll enter the mid. Yes, I'll open it up just like this. Mind you, we have to composite some few things into this scene as well. What I said initially by creating some line charts happening around this region, I can get some few things online to add up as well. Yes, and we can create something snappy. What I'll do is to add something close to this region because we've created some track mattes around here. I'll composite some shape animation on the stroke tracker that we've created over here. I've gotten some green screen online, yes, which is a simple animation green screen that I've gotten from YouTube. I'll key out the green just by going to the effects and presets and type key light. Yes, just like this, key light. And I'll add the key light to the green screen. Go to the screen color and pick the green to key it out just like this. Now change the color of the arrow. I'll right click on this guy and do a pre-comp. Yes, and I'll move all attributes to a new composition, and I'll change this name to arrow. So with this, I'll change the color to something close to the one that we have right in the middle to create a contrast. Add a fill and add the fill on the arrow just like this, and use the eyedropper from the color to select the color from the middle. Yes, so I have the same color of the box, which is the bar chart in the middle, the same as the arrow. I will activate this guy as a 3D layer just like this. I will drag the parent to the stroke, which is this guy. So since we happen to do that, the arrow is not in the middle section of the track point of the stroke. So what we can do is to add some animation on the stroke. I'll So we quickly do Ctrl Z right from there. Go back. Let's solo this arrow out from here. So the issue that we have right now is the anchor point that we have from the pre-comp has changed. We just have to bring the anchor point to the middle section of the arrow. Just click on this guy, which is the pan behind, and bring it way down to the middle section. Or you shortcut click Y to do that. We solo it out again and we change it back to the 3D layer, and we hold shift. We drag the parent link to what? The stroke, just like this. You have the arrow right in the middle section of the tracker. Yes, if we play back this right now, you can see that the arrow is moving exactly with the animation. With this, I think it's a bit way big, so I'll just drag it way down, just like this. Yep. So I'll just run it up. So we see that it's still showing at the back, and we've not created a matte for only this section. So what we can do is, whilst it goes close to the edge, like it's about vanishing. Yes. So we just crop through. It's about vanishing right from here. Yes. We do Ctrl Shift D, split it up, and we delete. So let's play back and see. Goes and boom, vanishes from there. I think that's okay. We can try to create some few things on the floor, if you don't mind, because we've created some mats from Cinema 4D. We can use that mat to populate some few things up, add lens flare, and a whole lot can be done to this scene. Yes, so your lens flare can also be added up if you want to. So another thing that I can do from here is to add some few animations on the floor, if I don't mind. There are a lot of things happening in this scene, and I don't want to make things look too clumsy, but that will add up some spice as well. Yes, so I will just get some few animation stuff that I want to create on the floor, and I'll add it up. Yes, so I got this one too on YouTube. Yeah, I'll do the key light as well on this guy, key out the green as well, and with this I'll make it a normal white color. I will not change it. I will do the 3D layer on this guy as well, and I'll change the track, which is the parent, to the ground, which is the first one over here. Yes, so I'll change the rotation. We can change the angle right from here so that it looks exactly to the angle that you want it to animate from. Yes, what we can do from here is to change the rotation, yes, on the Y, which is 180, like this. And when we do that, we can do the scale way down, just like this. Nothing too dramatic. Yeah, and we have it tracked to the floor exactly. Yep, we don't want it to be hovering over the shapes over here, so that comes in the mat that we've created for only the floor. Yes, so I'll go to wherever I saved the mat for the floor, open it up from here. I'll scroll to wherever I saved the ground mat. Yes, so this is the down from here. I'll just double click to add it up real quick and drag it to the timeline, just like this. Yes, so we see that the mat that we've imported for the floor, it's way shorter. So there's a fix for it. I don't know why it happens. I don't know if the frame rate that we have for the settings over here is the one affecting it. Yes, we can change it real quick to 30. Yes, so we have the frame rate change for the composition settings to 30. The error is still there because we exported this frame to be exact as the camera composition that we just imported. So we can fix this real quick by doing the time ramp. We do Control Alt and letter T to activate the time ramp right from there, and we change the time slider way to the end, and we drag this guy to exact position as a time slider, and we do Alt open bracket to bring it way to the end. Wherever we are, if you solo this guy out, you can see that is fitting up exactly to how the main composition is. I'll solo this guy out real quick, and I'll add a luma from the effects and presets. So with the luma key added up to the layer, I'll change the threshold to about 10. Yep, we can't see any changes happening to the scene because our composition settings, which is Control K that we do, is on black. Yes, so if we change it to white or any color red, you can see that it's now transparent. Yes, so I'll leave it as how it was, which is the black, and I'll toggle the alpha from here, the transparency, and you can see that we've keyed out the black, but there's some bleeds at the edge of the black around this area. Yes, so with that we can do the edge thing by changing it to 1, and we have that fixed real quick. So what we have right now, it's way better than the way it was. We have the matte moving exactly the way the scene is also aligned. So with this, I'll just select my growth and send it way up to the first layer by holding Ctrl Shift and open brackets. Send it to the top, and I'll go to my track matte. Yes, this guy. I'll change the track matte to the down layer, which is the matte, and I'll play out the scene to have a look at how our shape right now is not hovering over the box. It's buried beneath, just like this. I think this is way better, but it's popping up so much and we don't want that thing to happen. So I'll change the blend mode to something like overlay. This is way better right now. Yes. So we are basically over this particular composition. So with that, I will just go over here to the project, text render, go to the RGB. So imported right here into the project, I will drag it to the composition. Yeah. And we have it just like this. So what we'll be doing is to go to the all, which is the composition, and I'll drag the text on top of this layer. Yes, the A clean out just a bit like this, going back. We can see that other parts of the scene are showing as well, and we can fix that real quick. Yeah, what I can do right here is to add up a background. So I'll just drag it to the scene once again, and I send it way back. This is what we are going to use for the background. I'll turn off the visibility on this one real quick. Yes, I'll go back, play this guy out and see how it's looking, and to match the angle that the transition should end. Yes, close. So when we see the A closing up, that's where the animation on the previous scene ends. So I will go by hitting up the page down to move one frame forward, another frame. So move again, boom. So this our spotlight. This is where the A has finally closed up. Yeah, so we are going to mark out this particular spot. Go to markers and add a marker, which is the number part. So when we do the markers on this particular spot and bring this guy to the last edge, just like this, I'll go scrap through, knowing that scene has to reveal from here. So what we are going to do right here is to use the pen tool, yeah, to create this particular transition. And on this particular layer, which is the mid, this guy, yeah, I'll create a rough mask on it, just like this. Drag it like this, and close it up just on it. So with this trick, I'll quickly just go to the mask, yeah, scroll down, cascade out this guy. I will select only this particular guy, hold your shift and select, and drag this guy open up, drag this one out, just manually creating the mask around this, and I drag this guy way up to fill up the scene, just like this. So let's scrap through with the page down, page up, go in time. Yes, so let's go in time, scroll, go again. So with this, scale this one in, I'll bring this one a bit in. Yes, this one, close it up, close the handles as well, close this guy too as well, bring it a bit closer, just like this guy to a bit closer, and bring the handles closer to each other. Yeah, so I'll go in time again, and I'll bring you over here, bring this guy to down, bring this guy to closer, and closer it goes. I'll go in time again, take you way up, close up the handles as well, close up this guy too, bring this one to closer, just like this. We are just using this to cheat the animation. Just repeat this process. So this is where our animation ends for the middle section. So we have the A closing up on the scene, just like this. So when you happen to mask out well, frame by frame, your letters, you should have something looking like this. And we have the alpha also on the background on the letter. We can go back to the text, which is this guy, and turn on the visibility. So the moment we do that, you can see that nothing is happening. So we go back to the text, and we can mask out the background frame by frame as well, but that's too hectic. We have to work really smart. That's what the channel is about, and I'll show you every trick that you have to know. That's why you need to subscribe down there. I'll quickly just select all these guys, which is the mask path, and I'll go to my text with the same time slider at the position of the text, paste the mask on this guy just like this. When you do that, you invert the mask, yeah, and you see that your scene has been revealed. but the mask that we've created is still opened up right there. So we can quickly fix that guy. Open up the mask 1 itself and do letter J to go to the last keyframe. Yeah, and we key the mask expansion and we do page down to move in time. We move in time and we send the mask expansion to -500. So with that, we fixed this guy real quick and we go to all and we play out all the animation to see the way so perfect. With what we've created so far, we've almost wrapped up this particular animation. Yeah, so what we can do right here, we'll make a copy of the main abstract animation rendered file, make a copy of it, send it way down. So what we can do from here is to scale it up about 1.5. Yeah, we can do more on that as well, just to create something looking different, and we'll send it a bit to the right hand side like this and open it up again on the scale and send it to the edge. Open it up again and send it to the edge. Not so much, just like this. And what I can do from here is to mask it out. So I'll create a mask just around it, just by selecting and dragging around this edge. We are just taking advantage of this scene to create another background design. So we can start from here about closing like this, and we do alt brackets open and we do a bit of opacity on it, and we send the 100% key way in and we make the beginning 0. So it's popping so much, so I'll do a camera blur on it. Yes, just like this. Add it up real quick. With this, I'll go to my blending options and I'll make it what? Multiply. So with the multiply, yeah, go to the mask that I've created for it, and I'll go to the mask right here and I'll feather it out just a bit so that it can have a perfect blend in the scene, something like this. We can see that one also add up to the scene, not so regular. You can see the flare that I've added up to this scene just by making a copy of the main scene to spice things up. So compositing this in After Effects is about your own creativity, the way you have to push some few things up to create something. And with this, guys, like this scene is a massive one and I'm really enjoying this. So let's play out this thing real quick. This is a top-notch montage that you've ever seen online, with the look from the beginning to how we've crafted everything. Guys, you can go ahead and add up your sound to montage and you are done with your project. Let's have a preview of how a sound work on this montage real quick before we wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through our TV broadcast animation series. We hope you've enjoyed every step and learned a ton along the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future content. And if you are new here, be sure you check out the full playlist to catch up on all episodes. Until next time, keep animating and stay creative. More content coming your way, and bye for now.